A LabRecon web server allows web browsers such as Firefox, Internet Explorer, and Safari to show a LabRecon panel image. It is best to create a folder, LabRecon, to hold the LabRecon applications, labrecon.exe, and the web server, lrwebserver.exe. Open the LabRecon project with the panel to show on the Internet. From Start menu, select Create Internet Image Feed. Adjust the panel region dimension scroll bars to set the edges of the translucent rectangle to define the rectangular area to be shown on the web page. Click on Enable Periodic Image Save checkbox. The image save path should show the folder that labrecon.exe is in, including the name of the image, lrimage.gif, that will be created. Click OK. At this point, a file, lrimage.gif, will appear in the folder. The image file can be clicked on to check if the image properly shows the panel region. Run the LabRecon web server, lrwebserver.exe, from the same folder as labrecon.exe. Click on the top image button. lrimage.gif image should be displayed and updated every second. Click on the top config button. If it is desired, the port number can be changed, or the image refresh period can be changed. The default values can be used initially. Click on OK. Determine the computer's external IP address on the Internet. In order for web browsers to connect over the Internet, the external IP address of the computer must be determined. One can go to sites such as www.whatismyip.org to get this address. For one to view the generated web page over the Internet, the remote user will need to enter the IP address and port into the address bar or the web browser as this example shows. The number before the colon is the IP address and the number after is the port. By default, lrserver.exe uses port 50000 to allow web servers to connect. Configure port forwarding on the router. For typical home setup, one can often access the router settings by entering the router default IP address, which for most routers is 192.168.1.1 in a browser address bar, and then entering the username and password for the router. Some routers, like Linksys, may have these settings in a section named Applications and Gaming. Below are settings for Linksys WRT54G router. Enter the name of the application, in this case LabRecon, and set the port range. The port number, which is 50,000, can be set for both start and end. Set the protocol as both. Now enter the IP address of your computer, which can be found by going to the Start menu, Control Panel, Network and Sharing Center, click on the connection, clicking on the Detail button. Check the Enable box and save the settings. Both labrecon.exe and lrwebserver.exe must be running to allow real-time panel image access. The panel cannot be minimized, but it can be moved partially off screen.